What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a lovely one out there. You never know when a video from Just JP is going to be uploaded. It could be the usual times of like a 7 a.m., a 12 p.m., or it could be whatever p.m. this is going to be. Night Moves, that's what we're listening to today, by Bob Seger. So, as far as I know, I don't know a thing about Mr. Seger. As far as I know, I haven't heard a thing about him. But I was gifted one of his albums, so I just figured let's go ahead and take a listen to this particular track off of the album of the same name released in 1976. That's the intro. We're going to go ahead and give it a listen. Hope that you guys are having a good night. And in case you guys are watching, or some of you are watching probably after the actual video came out, you might be asking, JP, why are you talking so much about the night? Because that's when this video came out. Unexpected time. Sometimes you just got to throw a little something out there. So let's go ahead and listen to the track. We'll talk about it after. Here we go, guys. Little loud.
Sitting way up high, working on our night moves, trying to make some front page. We were searching for some pie in the sky summit. Awkward teenage blues.
Now some organ coming through.
Working on our night moves. A song from 1960. Funny how the night moves.
They came in good there. And here I thought that this song was going to be about renting a U-Haul and packing your bags and traveling across the state overnight. Nope, completely different. and yet, even though the song Night Moves is presented in a certain way lyrically, there is a little bit of a twist, I'm thinking, kind of halfway through, but we'll talk about that after. So Seger. All right, so he is obviously the lead vocalist, but also playing the acoustic guitar here. I think his voice sounds wonderful. Now, this is the only song I know from him, so I can't talk about his range or what he can, what he can't do. But what I can say is that he has a voice that I feel could move rocks, but at the same time could comfort a child. He has that kind of in-between voice where, for example, at the end, you hear that soulful rock and roll voice coming through. And while it doesn't, I'm just talking about this song in particular, I can't speak to any other performances from him. He doesn't have, for example, the power of a Robert Plant, where like, right? But there is this very nice melodic edge to that rock and roll style that he has in here that I feel is very palatable, it's very tasty, and it goes down very smooth. It still has a strong little hint of rock in there, but it's like a good whiskey, for those of you who drink whiskey. I don't, but that's what people tell me. So that's what I'm kind of getting from his voice, and it sounds really good. I also really like the structure of this song and how it's a continual escalator going up from, straightforward rock instrumentation, and then eventually the organ begins to kick in. The piano as well comes in the first chorus, and then right after that it stays in. So I like its introduction, but also its perpetualness throughout the song. Like I said, the organ coming in eventually as well, and then you have the background harmonies, which really, to me, send this song even to a greater stratosphere. It sends it even higher, especially at the very end when they come in, and it's so angelic and heavenly the way that they came in and the notes that they're singing there. They sound really, really wonderful. That's going to be Rhonda Silver, Laura Ward, and Sharon Lee Williams on the backing vocals there. Doug Riley on the piano and organ, and he plays absolutely brilliantly in here. He's played with a lot of musicians and a lot of genres, over 300 album projects. Night Moves, Against the Wind, don't know what that is, and Endless Wire. Are all of these from, or Endless Wire is from Gordon Lightfoot, Against the Wind is from Bob Seger as well. And he's played with many, 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 many others as well. I mean, he's very, very well accomplished, and it shows here in the music. But really great composition is what I'm kind of getting from this, and the way that it continually builds upon itself. But let's dive into these lyrics, because I like the little bit of change that happens at about the halfway point with that more reflective moment there. I was a little too tall, could have used a few pounds, tight pants, points hardly renowned. She was a black-haired beauty with big dark eyes and points all on her own, sitting way up high, way up firm and high. Who knows what he's talking about? Way up firm and high. Don't know what he means. Out past the cornfields where the woods get heavy, out in the backseat of my '60s Chevy, working on mysteries without any clues. I You working on our night moves, trying to make some front page drive-in news, working on our night moves in the summertime. We weren't in love, no, far from it. We weren't searching for some pie-in-the-sky summit. We were just young and restless and bored, living by the sword. We'd steal away every chance we could to the back room, to the alley, to the trusty woods. I used her, she used me, but neither one cared. We were getting our share. This is just about growing up. He's having his first experiences, and he's just reliving this memory. It is purely nostalgic. He's looking back with a fondness, right? I apologize. I did not put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Ignore that. Let me do it now for you, because I don't want people to start messaging. All right. Okay. Working on it was trying to lose the awkward teenage blues. Like, I like that young, not love, but love, that blossoming kind of period. I think that he's putting that really nicely into words here. But the changes right here, where he says, I woke last night to the sound of thunder. How far off I sat and wondered. Started humming a song from 62. Ain't it funny how the night moves? When you just don't seem to have as much to lose. Strange how the night moves with autumn closing in. Okay. That's where the music changes, and that's where his tone changes, and obviously that's where the meaning behind the lyrics and the song title changes. Night Moves was about, those moves that you make at night. But now he says, ain't it funny how the night moves when you don't seem to have as much to lose? I like that you can feel that passage of time. How you can feel him looking back nostalgically, but before where it was with a fondness, now it's with a man, where's the time gone and where am I heading? There's this idea of what's next, the unknown, and moving into it. And a very common writing trope where he says, strange how the night moves with autumn closing in. A very common trope in writing and music, anything, in art, is spring is life, summer is, life and living. Autumn is getting closer to death, and winter is death. So when he mentions with autumn closing in, perhaps it's age, it's time, it's just how his life has moved on, and he feels the autumn coming. He may not be old, but he feels that autumn coming, those brisk breezes, the wind's starting to change, and the leaves are starting to change colors, metaphorically, and he knows perhaps he's getting a little bit of he's realizing his mortality, I guess. And so now there's a looking back with, yes, nostalgic and fondness, but a little bit of heartbreak as well, perhaps. I think that's great, how the song moves from something so youthful, so fiery, into something a lot more thoughtful and reflective. There is a long Wikipedia article for this particular track. It says, took him 6 months to write and was recorded quickly in Toronto, Ontario. I've been to Toronto. I loved it up there. As much of Seger's Silver Bullet Band had returned home by this point, the song was recorded with several local musicians. It was released as a single in December 1976, reaching number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. There's some more information about it. There's a lot of information on this track. I'm not reading all of it. I read what I wanted to read. There's a lot. Yeah. All right. Usually what I do is when I see a Wikipedia article for with facts and stuff, I'll scan it to see if there's anything that immediately picks out to me, because I don't want to sit here and read paragraphs upon paragraphs to you guys. It's just I'm regurgitating it to you, and I don't want to just regurgitate what I'm reading. I'm going to find the interesting stuff, which I'm sure there is in here, but the song was completed in fewer than 10 takes, with the session dispersing momentarily to record the bridge section that consisted solely of Seger and a guitar. Paul Cotton of Poco was brought in to record a guitar solo that was later edited out, though the last notes of it are faintly audible preceding the last verse. That's the random kind of fun information I'm trying to get to you. That can you guys see there's just I can't scroll. There you go. There's paragraphs and paragraphs of information. I don't want to sit here and read that to you. I just want to get the fun stuff to you. Anyways, let me get my armpit out of the microphone there. Let me know what you guys thought of the track. You can let me know in the comments below. Follow me over on Twitter. You can support the channel and what I do on Patreon. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your night. My shirt's not even straight. Straighten that. I'll see. Where's my thing? Yeah, there you go. I'll see you guys later. Bye.